This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? Hashtag sexy. He's here.
Welcome to the Barbados Today afternoon update. It's Friday, February 20th, 2015. I'm Frenella Wedderburn. Thanks for joining us. We begin with news that some of the 87 Nigerian students here in Barbados will be making their way back home beginning today. Barbados Today has been reliably informed that 11 students who are described as the troublemakers of the group were being flown out between this afternoon and tomorrow. Barbados Today was also told that Nigerian officials are currently in the process of negotiating places at another school for the remaining students to pursue their studies. The group arrived here back in December as part of a 9-month study course at the Barbados Community College under the Nigerian Delta State Youth Empowerment Program. But that program was abruptly terminated earlier this month amid much controversy. Violence and the use of drugs among young people continue to be a major headache for officials in the country. With statistics in hand, Director of the National Task Force on Crime Prevention, Cheryl Willoughby, revealed that 115 young people were convicted for drug possession between January and June last year. 101 of them were males and 14 of them females. 54 of those were remanded to the Government Industrial School. The use of drugs at secondary schools, she says, now stands at 15% and 3.4% at primary schools. Willoughby was speaking at a Boys to Men workshop this morning.
Barbados, like all of our other regional and international neighbors, is grappling with violence among our young people. Drug use and violence are crimes we are confronted with on a regular basis. The inability of our young people to reason and to resolve conflict without the use of violence, and we have seen in recent times gun violence, continues to be problematic for our small island. I am pleased that the focus of this workshop will include discussions on men as victims and perpetrators of crime, how crime impacts the family, and general male issues.
In other news, there is a call for government to remove stumbling blocks hindering the export of dairy and other products to the United Kingdom, Canada, and the United States. It comes from operators of the island's largest ice cream manufacturing company, Biko Limited. According to Executive Director Edwin Thurnell, after 114 years in business, the company was still not in a position to export to large markets. He says that's because government has yet to put the necessary procedures in place for the island to become an acceptable point of origin for dairy products. At the same time, Thurnell says his company has also put plans for exporting to the Caribbean on hold, given the economic challenges.
It's the same old story, you know. If we think things are bad here, they're much worse in other places. And there's simply no money around there. And what we don't want to do is to waste our effort at a time like this on developing export markets when they don't even pay. And so, because we don't have a factory now, remember when we had the factory, we had to be like on a treadmill trying to do more and more litres every year to reduce the cost per litre. We are now in the fortunate position where we don't have a factory, which is like a millstone around your neck to keep everyone employed, everybody busy, cost us thing down. Now, in fact, we only order what we want, and so since export business is traditionally low margin, very low margin, because if you put high margin on export, they can't sell it.
Meantime, a prominent local businessman is fearful that too many knee-jerk decisions are being made in Barbados. Director of A1 Supermarket Limited, Andrew Bino, voiced his concerns yesterday during the launch of the University of the West Indies Project Award being sponsored by his company.
And if out of this people can derive information that is factual, then I think that decisions will be made from a better basis. I fear too often in this country, decisions are made by knee-jerk. We listen to, some people listen to a call-in program, and that becomes fact without any basis. And decisions are made, too many decisions are made in this life. And it is because of that that we would like to change this way of doing business. And here is our way of attempting to inject some objectivity in the way business is done in this country.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
It's time for AgriFest again. Come and enjoy the National Agricultural Exhibition on February 27th to March 1st at the historic Queen's Park. Over 300 exhibits on show, highlighting the theme, inclusive agriculture, strengthening linkages, creating synergies. AgriFest 2015, the biggest agricultural exhibition in the Caribbean. Don't miss it.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
In sports, Barbados' national stadium has passed the test. After 4 years in the wilderness, football fans will once again be getting a taste of international football at the Waterford venue. Word of this from President of the Barbados Football Association, Randy Harris, who revealed that the stadium was given the go-ahead to host a World Cup qualifier on March 22nd, which will see Barbados taking on the United States Virgin Islands. He tells Barbados Today it will be the first time that the island would be hosting an international match since 2011. To news from the region now, over in Venezuela, where the Caracas mayor was arrested last night during a raid involving more than 150 intelligence agents. He was taken to the Venezuelan Intelligence Service headquarters, but his office says it's unsure why. But reports say he was taken into custody for his alleged involvement in a coup plot. Last week, President Nicolas Maduro accused the mayor of trying to overthrow his government, but he has since denied those accusations. On the international scene, celebrations in northeastern Nigeria as 158 women and children who were abducted by Boko Haram militants last month were reunited with their families. The circumstances of their release are still unclear. Of the 158, 62 of them were married women and the rest were children. And with that, we come to the end of our afternoon updates, but you can join us again this evening. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also tune in to Channel 101 on Lime TV, as well as Mix 96.9 FM to get all the latest news and sports. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. To have a wonderful Friday.
This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? Hashtag sexy. He's here.